I'm going to do it. I commit to doing it, and I will do my 10,000 steps a day. That reduces death by 50%. It's time to take action.
There we go. Elena. Philippe, you've unmuted there. Are you okay?
I am, yes, I'm live.
Fantastic, man. And Gonzalo, you unmuted on your side?
Yes, I muted myself, but I'm here. Hi, guys. Hi, everybody. Well, no one can speak right now, but hi, everybody.
Well, so many people for this closing session.
Yeah,
so many.
yeah.
We are many.
I think people understand the value and where we're going. I had some good chats, a couple of calls, and had a good chat. I see Mark is on the call as well. Mark Afterbrow, he's got a great team as well. So chatted a lot with him last night and this morning as well. So I think people understanding where we're headed. We actually had a great conversation, Mark and I, because what we've spoken about before, Philippe, is other products being introduced, into our community, where people can retail certain products, into the community, provided they meet requirements. Like almost, if I say Amway as a broad term, effectively we've got a community where we could have very exclusive products, or even better, best price products as well to our community, where we've negotiated prices, like blenders or things that you would normally pay a high price for. You could get them at a greater discount using the StepClub and using the token to buy it, essentially. So very, very exciting. I see Danny's made it. He sent an apology. He was on the move. He's traveling between different countries, but he did send me an apology. So Danny, thank you for making the effort to get here. I think it's going to be a good one. And we've had a lot of good discussions, Philippe. I think while we wait for 5 minutes, maybe just give some of your impressions. And, there's been some from my side before I hand over to you and Gonzalo. There's been actually very good feedback from the community on, different views about things. Some people say, sure, maybe $5,000 is too much, but could I do $2,500? Or maybe 5 vouchers a month or 10 vouchers a month, and are very enthusiastic to build the business. So, and I think it's important that everybody around here has an opportunity to give feedback, to essentially say what are the roadblocks or what are their concerns and what is their excitement, and that we can take that all on board with the other conversations that we've had. I don't know if you agree with that statement.
Yeah, Rory, before we get in, this session, I don't know, we had 5 or 6 sessions with
8,
small group. 8, okay. So small groups, and we had the opportunity to talk almost one-to-one, and it was very, very, very nice. What I get from all these meetings is that we have groups. We have some of the members are extremely motivated. I feel like a huge potential to build a network, to build a business, and I'm very, very excited to work even closely, even if we have to keep a one-to-one discussion or one-to-few. I'm fine with it, because I feel that this is the way to go. We are not an anonymous organization. We do many calls every Tuesday. We have a call. We are available. I know, Rory, you are available. I try to be as much as I can. As you mentioned many times, I'm running different operation, different successful companies, and I have. But this one, I have a special feeling for this one. It's like the last born baby, the last of a family that you have to take care a little bit more than of the rest, because it's a newborn, and it needs all the attention. So I feel like this. I feel this way with Step, and that's why I dedicate more time that would be justified in terms of revenue or whatever. But I see some potential, and I'm even more convinced about the potential after all these meetings that I had. Some of you are extremely motivated, extremely skilled in networking, or very, very enthusiastic about building. But I have to say that some of the members on it basically did not do their homework properly. I have to say that, to be honest. And it's a business in the box, not passive income in the box. That's a different story. Business in the box needs a little bit of work, a little bit of attention, a little bit of involvement. It's not like we give away something and okay, oh, we'll see what I'm going to do with that. No, we have no time. Rory, Gonzalo, all the team, we have no time for just people who are interested or just to take the opportunity. But no, we have no time. We're going to focus on the members who are motivated, who show some interest, and you are many of you. I like that. But honestly, if you are just interested, curious about, well, it's not a lottery ticket, basically. It's not a lottery ticket. It's a business in the box, and like any business in the world, and some of you are businessmen or a successful businessman, so you understand what I mean. You need to be motivated. You need to dedicate some time, and if not, listen. It's you can use the app and not necessarily try to build the app. Will be different in the weeks coming. Will be much interesting. We're going to encompassing different subject matters. We will not just focus on fitness and walk. You'll see it will be a very nice V2. I mentioned the V2, but it's extremely it's a leap. It's a leap in quality, but I hope you're gonna appreciate. So, Rory, just for me, that's my basically my take on this all this session. I see a lot of potential on many of the members, but we should be now very focused. I would like to keep this small group workshop. It's maybe time consuming for us as a team, but I think this is the way to go. And we can clarify. We need to understand more about your strategy, how you. I heard so many nice stories about some members who were, will go some groups, companies, some gyms. I heard so many good stories and good ideas, but I think we should keep it. We should keep it the workshop idea with the most motivated members of STEP. That's it, Rory. That's my opening remarks.
Yeah, well, I think just to, before I ask Gonzalo to give some input from his side, I have a look at it. There are really talented people that are sitting in this room here, people with a lot of potential, as you say. And we had a very good, discussion yesterday, myself and yourself and Gonzalo, with where we are in the 6 months and where we now and where we're going to be, and to try and conceptualize this to a large group of people is also very difficult, if you know what I mean, from the value of the coin, how it integrates, how we're going to grow it, the various different things that we're bringing into it. And I think, from that perspective, having a strong workshop team that has a strong attention span from the people that are walking with them or exercising with them is what we need. Because for us to move in the pace that we want to move and to get the benefit. And the nice thing about it is those that do make the time or commit to this project are going to make extensively huge income, with the coin launching and all the various other things that we're bringing in. So this tight team, anybody can go out there and just give away a free app or hand out a voucher. Anybody can do that. You can go to a shopping mall, Philippe, and you can go and say everybody coming past, you can just dish out sweeties and whatever. But that's not what it's about. We want to really redefine, and we've done a lot of good things here. And what we discussed from the additional things that we're plugging in and moving forward, we want to have the engagement. The reason why we want to build this together with the community and these leaders and the people, if I use the word leaders or business owners is maybe a better word, is because we want the proper feedback and the attention feedback, because collectively, with we feeding that information between all of us as leaders that are focused and are giving attention, it's going to have a domino growth effect. Anybody can sign up people for anything. It is making sure that we get the right things done at the right way. And I think for me, that's the exciting space that we're sitting in. So I think you hit the nail on the head. You know, this isn't oh, I got 5,000, I'll just dish these things out and I'll see what happens. That's not what we're trying to do here. Your company has come through and said, hang on a second, we respect your abilities, we respect your networks, we respect your input, and because remember, Philippe, you keep saying this, and I don't think people that sometimes remember this. This is a community project. You've given this to the community to do the best. You've already taken on so many changes and ideas and improvements. For those that might not know, this was based on a 10-level MLN structure originally, and we gave our view, and you went and with the team and Gonzalo, we changed this all to an affiliate referral system that still pays out 45%, which in the marketplace is unbelievable. So the people need to share the vision. And I think, working with 10, 20, 30, whatever the number is going to be, or 100, if it's all 100, they get approved. We work and we really, I think we need to show that map, that roadmap. We want engagement. We want ideas. I was chatting to a gentleman here that's got an amazing product, and perfect for South Africa, particularly when it comes to water. And because we have water issues in our country. And, that's something that we can maybe enhance. I was chatting to another person with regards to food lines and things like that, where people are health conscious, but we can bring the base and the network, and this is an opportunity for people. So we got so many ideas, so many things that will come down the line. But I agree with you. We don't want people that are attending the meetings and then they like, what's this all about? We don't know how this works, or we don't know how the app works. We don't know, how do we walk? Or, where do I get what is Steppy, for example? I don't know what a Steppy is, and we've had the AI that helps you do everything. That shouldn't be a discussion. We should make sure everybody's trained up and understands everything and is adding value back to Steppy. So, for example, if there is an issue with Steppy, instead of us trying to find the issue, a week later, we should be able to say, hey, hang on, we've got a problem, Marcus, or, go through the support ticket and say, Steppy's giving the wrong answer. Because we're busy. Steppy's a baby. We're trying to train Steppy to answer everybody's questions. And once we have that right, it just becomes a very easy thing to share, because now you share your QR code, person goes on board, and it does get a bit technical. I mean, I sat with somebody last night going through their Android, and it's like, where do I find my settings? How do I do that? Maybe we need better videos, because you've got different model phones, you've got different things. So it needs commitment and interest to be able to make sure we get these fine things sort of worked through. And I think that's what I see. If somebody's going to give me a business opportunity where I can get access to this kind of money, there should be an equal expectation from you as a business to say, fine, we'll do this. But these are the requirements I expect from you to be able to help you build a business. And we will take on all your suggestions and ideas. But it's a two-way street, Philippe. That's what I'm saying. It's not like Philippe gives 5,000 and then they go into the beach and just hand out all the apps and wait and see what happens. That's not what we're looking for, in my opinion. Gonzalo, what is your thoughts on it from your side? Because you deal a lot with clients and a lot of information. You also deal with a lot of queries and a lot of repeat queries. So for your side, Gonzalo.
Yeah, well, I don't, yeah, I'll keep it short just because we do want to hear from the community. There's a lot of questions, and I'm sure people have. But along the lines that you both have mentioned, Philippe, I would say the reason why you're here is because I think the adequate thing to say is that this is a passion project for you. This is something that compared to the other projects that, yeah, they're all important, the ones that you're dealing with, I'm sure we all know that, but this is a passion project for all of us. Health is something that as we get older, it's something that's very important to us. And how do we encourage people to get healthy? And how do we build a community around this idea? So the only thing I will say is that this is business in a box. And just like Philippe said, everyone is important. If you want to create a passive income, great, we will help you. But business in a box may not be for you at this moment. It might be something that you're new, or you're just not interested in bringing hundreds of thousands of people, or even tens of thousands, or even thousands of people to the project. You're just good with just creating some kind of a passive income and what have you, we will help you. So don't worry. This is not something like we're choosing people and we're going to forget everybody else. The project is aimed at everybody and your needs. What we're trying to do is identify leaders. And no matter which way we go down in the future, these leaders are the ones that we're trying to identify so they can help us build the network, and in turn, we will help give them all the tools and whatever that they need. So yeah, don't think that you have to join this because we're going to forget about you otherwise. No, that's not the idea. Business on Box is a special project, and maybe if you're not ready for it at this moment, as Rory and Philippe said, if you're still asking questions, I don't understand the step chain app. I don't understand, what's a steppy. You're probably just too new, because then you're not going to be. You still need to know a lot about the business. So I don't want to belabor that. I think everybody was just. I just don't want anybody to feel that. Oh wow, okay, I didn't become a leader. I'm going to be forgotten about. No, you will not. The whole idea of Step Club is to help everybody with their own needs. If they just want to be healthy, we can help you with that. You want to build a passive income, we can help you with that. And Business in the Box is a very special project. Don't worry, if you're not ready for it now, you may be ready for it in the future. That's all I'm going to say from my side.
No, thank you, Gonzalo. As you say, we might in 3 months' time have Business in a Box 2.0 for those people, once we've had all the improvements and ideas and things like that. But I think, Philippe, let's hear from everybody that's here. If there's any specific questions, you mentioned to me we don't need to do the full explanation of the Business in the Box. So at just a high level, the intention is that we want to give the tools for you to build a passive income based on the products that we offer, which is Step Club, we have Step Chain, and we have other things that are coming into the stable. And we want to work closely with leaders or business owners, that are going to give this the right attention. And in return for that, we want to help build your business with you. And that means working together hand in hand with tools. I was having a chat with John yesterday. I think we chatted for about 50 minutes, John. John was saying, if I could have this and if I could have that, this will help me so much promote the business, and I got this on the go. And, that's where we got the, how can I put this? The marketing kits, the flying banners, the tool kits. If you're going to a park run, what are the things we need? What are the social media things that we're going to need? And that's really working with those key people to deliver what you need to make it successful for you. And we keep enhancing it. So maybe I can ask Philippe, if you're okay with that. People can put up their hands and ask a question, or put it in the chat if you're too shy, and we can read out the questions and comment on it. So fire away your questions in the chat, and fire away if you would like to take the floor and put your hand up and ask any questions.
Not only questions. What I would love to hear is your strategy. How you see using this Business in the Box opportunity, even if it's I mean, how you see using this. What's your strategy? What's your networking strategy? How you do yourself? I'm very, 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 very interesting in to hear from you. Do you use your a certain professional circle, your personal network, family network? I would love to hear about what you have in mind. And again, anything you're gonna tell us will be taken into consideration for the future to help you. We may have missed something in the app, on the program that you have in mind. You have good ideas, we have good ideas. So we are in the same page here. We need ideas, we need comments, critiques. So go ahead, fire it up. We are ready to listen.
Can I ask one thing as well, just in case we run out of time? Elena is on the call. Elena is coordinating the people that have applied for the $5,000 loan through support. So if you are interested in the loan, while you might be listening a little bit more, please put your name in the chat. So we've got you registered, your name and your email address, so we can confirm it just in case something happens. So if you are interested, put your name down, and Elena will, have a copy of the transcript, and we'll make sure that your name's on the list. Because how we're allocating it is first come, first serve. So what I mean is the first person in, second, we're going to. That's why you had to register with a support ticket. So we have the date and the time, so one person doesn't feel preferenced over another for whatever reason. It's a very, very fair system.
One thing, just a last thing, a last comment. Business in the Box is not a loan program only. Business in the Box is a support program. So the loan and the vouchers is just part of it. You have to understand that, and I think we should insist on that. It's not just, okay, go ahead, take this 5,000 or maybe less, depending of what you need. But it's a support. It's support. It's again. I'm gonna repeat what I said. The team is here to listen, to help you to grow. The loan is only one part of it. The most important part is the support. If you need something from us, anything, we're gonna be here. We're gonna help you because we're gonna learn all from each other. We're going to be here to support, to grow your business, to create your business and to grow your business. That's, I think, the most important thing, Rory, to insist is it's a support program. Loan is just one of the aspects.
Yeah, look at Alan. Alan said it would be lovely to have an email address that's, that has the domain StepClub, for example, because it's a professional business. I want an email address that says I'm from the StepClub, rather than at gmail.com. I think it's a brilliant idea.
It's a good
you
idea.
can have because if you're running a business, it's like a brand. It's like having a Nando's or a KFC franchise. You need access. So people know that it's not just at gmail.com stuff. If you're serious about building the business, that's maybe something very good.
Alan suggest that? Yeah, Alan.
Alan
it's
Webb,
excellent idea. Excellent idea. We're going to see how we're going to do that. We're going to maybe dedicate a domain name for the community representing STEP. It's an excellent idea, and this is the example of ideas that we need to hear from you.
Should we go to Charles?
Oh, there you go.
Charles.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Fantastic. Philip, thank you so much. I took it when we had more or less a small group sort of induction into and so I went back and and then I started to strategize. I listened to your version of just don't concentrate on just making sure that we meet the threshold of 18 days and stuff like that. Look at everybody and the common business. So I went back and lo and behold, there were two fantastic newcomers into my team, but they're on two extreme ends. I'm going to tell you what our strategy is because we've had some closed door sort of discussion, because I like what I see in both of them, because they both are passionate about walking. One is a troop leader in Scouts, and they do hiking, and he covers a lot of things. So that's Priyan, and he's on the young side. He's the 30 and below sort of category. Then on my extreme side, I've got a gentleman of great mastery in the ministry. That's Pastor Becky Zulu, and he's passionate about walking, and he plays golf. And I said, can we now extend this to the communities? And he says, Charles, you know what? The first thing is we've got an opportunity to move it forward. So I've invited both of them, because if I'm going to strategize to grow this business, I have to have a team that thinks like me or think commonly towards the corporate goal, and see how we can extend this into an extreme minefield where we can take opportunity of people joining us without no issues. So that's the strategy that I'm using the powerhouse in my team now to take this further. So yeah, there are operational issues, as I said, the onboarding issues, how to make it a little bit more sort of simplified, where the guys don't hassle between Apple and Android. They can see where, we need to have a little video clip that we can pass it on. So it makes onboarding and all easy. But right now, I'm so involved in not the vouchers and what we're issuing out, is how to grow the business from within. And so if we work as a team and strategize our sort of delivery, it'll be brilliant. The fact that we got all the tools coming to us, Rory, I really appreciate all the things that you are putting to us there. Alan's idea of having a digital or an email address, things like that we can pass on, a digital card or whatever it is. But the key point is we're starting to work in the right direction where we can actually raise the interest and get more people to join us. So you're quite right. I have already tackled SaaS and I've already tackled companies. And I'm seeing what's the benefit on the fringe side, etc. Seeing how the opportunities come, which companies, like the old mutuals, they have the little training fields within their certain companies or head offices. Google does the same. So how do we integrate them? So I'm looking at it just about every avenue where we can get people that are already communalized and bring them into this, or otherwise bring them into our community and take them from there. Because yes, I looked at Vitality, I looked at Virgin Active and the gyms and how the whole thing's running out. I start Googling up now on Planet Gym to see what they are doing in terms of loyalty relationships. So yeah, I'm really, I'm retired from business, corporate, but now it's all coming back again. And I'm saying, you know what, I need to lift this into another level. So that's where I am now in terms of using the opportunity that you're presenting to us. But I'm not too worried about 62 sets of people getting vouchers. And no, I'm more interested, which covers 3 months, and make that happen, like, the multiplier effect or the exponential effect. So, that's where I'm coming from. So I'm sharing what for me in the last week and a half, exactly. And yeah, I'm trying to now make sure that I can try and seed out exactly what I need to do to grow the senior and really make people really part and parcel of the community of StepChain and StepClub. So yeah, I'm just sharing my views at this moment in time.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to see what you guys are going to throw out there, and we're going to try and help.
Thank you. I like this positivity. I like this energy, this enthusiasm. This is exactly what makes us stronger and going on direction. This is exactly the feedback what you need and the enthusiasm that we need for that. That's one. And second, immediately was a concrete suggestion: tutorials. And yeah, maybe we should invest some time. Now with AI, it's much easier to build some tutorials for onboarding. If you think that onboarding is still not, it's a bit cumbersome, we're going to try to simplify it. But you see, this isn't suggestions, but we're going to take into consideration, the team will take into consideration right away, simplifying maybe the onboarding, and if possible, and tutorials. We maybe should create tutorials for some issues that the new members face when they join the community. Thank you for the suggestion. It's noted.
Okay.
John, over to you.
Morning, everybody.
Hello,
I'm also
John.
on the other side of the world, so it's morning here.
Good morning,
John.
Yeah, so I'm wanting to look more at the practical side of things, whereby I can find ways to get people to join my team. So I was talking to Rory yesterday about some sort of a flyer, something that one could literally hand out to people at park runs or wherever else, that you might be, that you've got some sort of networking. For example, I'm a member of BNI, which is a business networking organization that's all over the world. And whenever I go to those kind of events, I can also hand out flyers to them. So, but an easy way to do that. And then, the whole concept of business in a box, the way I'm understanding it, is that you start off by encouraging somebody to join, and then offering them 1 month free voucher to get started. And then, if they show commitment and they excited and they want to get involved, then you can give them a voucher from the business in the box concept in order to get them 3 months further on. So they've got 4 months in total that they can get going. And if they just do the basics, then that's a very good start to what they're doing. My thought is, what about the next layer? So the people that you get who join, they would, in their turn, be able to give a free voucher, because everybody can give a free voucher, right? So they would be able to give a free voucher to somebody that they also, in their turn, are as joining into the group. And but then where does it go after that? And I was wondering if there wasn't some way where I would still be able to, as a person who would have access to the business in the box concept, be able to help that next layer get going, as it were. So I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but that was what I wanted to ask.
So can I pick on this one, if I may, Philippe and Gonzalo yourself? So very, very important. This is why, and maybe you went on the session. If you look at Alan and his team have already looked at ClickUp funnels. And one of the things that I would like to do with head office is for those that have committed, and let's say committed to business in the box, we want to generate leads to you online through marketing. Okay, so it's not a situation of sitting back and just letting everybody come back. It is a trial, it's a test, it's a learn. We can collectively, Alan will explain this as well. He's got it already set up with his ClickUp funnels, where it's a rotational link. So, for example, instead of you trying to do everything, we might contribute to a marketing campaign, for example, right? And get some leads that are targeted. And then that would be allocated, and you would have somebody to sign up underneath you. But then it would be expected for you to contact that person and say, hey, Becky, hey, Crystal, I see you contacted. How's it going? And we see and we test and we learn with that. Alan, I see he's put up his hand. He can maybe explain a little bit more around that. Other things, for example, that doesn't cost money, but costs you being engaged, is I've already got a 30-day social media plan. Okay. You've seen some of the videos we've done. Essentially, you can just copy and paste. And what we need to do is just maybe get your QR codes, you've got your links, and it's just posting once in a while on your social media. Like you were walking the dogs, you post, but you have your link there. Say, if you want a free trial, get 30 days free, check it out. That's all you have to say. You don't have to sell it. And you'll be surprised who you connected to. So I would say everybody around the room here is minimum, social media wise, minimum connected to 5,000 people, 1 level, 2 level. Okay. So you posting it in LinkedIn and saying, out for a walk, this is the life, I'm doing my business while I'm walking, and my colleagues are driving me crazy today because they're taking me for a walk. But anyway, I'm getting my steps in, and that's what counts most. I'm earning while I'm walking, just a comment like that. And then you post. And we're not going to crack it on the first time. But I think what's very important is that we are honest, we are genuine, we share what the opportunity is. We're not here to rip anybody off, John. The health benefits speak for itself. Okay. This is a community about honesty and integrity for me. This is what we're trying to establish. Get away from all this other rubbish that's out there. Build a community that really cares about each other, is cared about your health. And we have a vision of something greater when it comes to the wellness. But the starting point is the Step Chain app and the walking. Was it perfect when it started? Absolutely not. Is it perfect now? Very far from it. We get that. We know that. But we're improving together, and everybody here that walks this path with us and is now part of this. I mean, there's so many exciting things that we've discussed. I want to say it all, but we got to get the core team together. That's what we're really doing, getting the core people that are saying, you know what, I love the product, I love what it's doing. I'm committed for the next 3 to 6 months, building a team and giving my feedback, and we're going to improve it around the table together. And where I might say something, you might say, hang on a second, that's not going to work. What about this? And it's like, hey, geez, John, we never thought to that. That's a great idea. But everybody here benefits from it. Everybody gets that benefit from it. So the next period that we're going through now is the growth, the refinement, and the value you guys are going to get is exponential. When I use the word exponential, very lean, how can I say, underestimated. It's going to be exponential. As soon as that coin hits the market, you will see what I'm talking about, because the turnover of the business in everything that we do is linked into that coin. So if the membership is supposed to be X amount at this date and it's double that, immediately the value of your coins have doubled. Then if you're looking at the amount of people walking, that is going to drive the steps a lot more, because now we got greater community. It's think of a mining machine. The more people walking, the more the steps are needed. The greater the demand. It's basic economics. If you have a higher demand for something, the price goes up, right? And then all the products that we have in our marketplace, and the products are not just what you see for the like cell phones and all that. It is the digital products, it's new products that we want to introduce. There's a whole lot of things that we want to bring in. And we're looking at it from think of Step Club as an umbrella. And underneath this umbrella, we got different things that sit underneath it. The walking, the health and fitness, the nutrition, the financial fitness, products that we as an exclusive club can have. Let's say, for example, I'm just going to use, I'm going to throw something out here. I don't know, what do sports people use? I see weights or those shakes, those drinking shakes. Let me use Amway as an example. Amway produces its own stuff. It's not necessarily the best in the world, but they have a captive audience. So if we can produce that and you get the shakes 40% cheaper than what you do in the market, but you're using your steps to buy the shakes, and so anybody else, you're getting a nutritional shake for a fraction of the value. Do you understand? You're walking and getting the shake. So the same, why do people keep staying with Amway or these other products? Because the products are good and the network is strong. But we want to do it as a total wellness approach. Maybe we have like bathroom scales, where we manufacture bathroom scales where you stand on it and it tells you what your body temperature is and your fat percentages and when last you went to the toilet or whatever. I don't know. But maybe that's something that we can integrate as well. There's so many ideas, but we don't want to rush ahead until we've got the basics in place. And this business in the box is to attract people that are committed for at least the next 6 months, that are going to work closely with us and have the inside track on this. That's really it. It's a 6-month commitment to say, I'm committed, here we are, and we work together. And then should you do that, you're going to have the exponential benefit come to you as we hit a larger market. So I hope that explains it. So as you said, flyers, online, sharing, what do we need to share? While I'm thinking here, like you spoke about sharing at the BNI, in my mind is, okay, where can I get key rings at a very low cost and do QR barcodes on it that has a specific landing page to John that's linked to an email address, and it's a fraction of the cost. And John can hand out 100 key rings and it says free trial and it has a QR code. But you've got a box of 100 that costs you a fraction of the price. So instead of you, then you just go to BNI and you just hand them out with a little note saying, I challenge you, join the club, That's it. You just hand them out to the walk and let's see what happens. Cost you R1 or R2, whatever. There's so many ideas we can do.
There are lots of opportunities.
Exactly. So does that answer your question?
Sure.
Okay, super. Philippe, you were going to say something, and I think I interrupted you. We both started talking at the same time. Anything to add, Philippe?
No, nothing. You
And
covered.
I saw Alan had his hand up, but that could potentially mean he had to go. So is there anybody else that would like to say anything? Has everybody put their names that is interested in the loan? because we want to close this off today. So if you haven't done that, please make sure you've got your name and email address here, and you've registered on a support ticket, please. Any other questions?
Can I just add something here? I know how intimidating it could be to be in a large group like this and having to say something. No one likes to look foolish or say something that's like it might be too obvious or what have you. Please reach out to us individually if you have something, and the sooner the better, because I've had some really good conversations one-on-one with people who have been very frank with me about some of the issues. And that's what we're looking for. I know sometimes we try to, in big groups like this, we say things that we think is what we want to hear. So you might say something that, okay, I don't want to rock the boat or what have you, but we really want to know, what is it that is holding you back? What is it that is keeping you from really growing the business? And without that input, we may implement things that may not be very useful for the majority of you. We don't want to implement a project or business in a box plan or something that is going to help one or two of you. That is no good. We need to build something that's going to help all of you. So if you're feeling a little weird about the big group like this and saying something, I totally get that. I'm not great with big groups myself, or I wasn't in the past, so I know how that feeling is. Please reach out to us. We need to hear from you. Whatever it is, your input, whatever it is ideas that you've gotten from other people who have spoken to you, your downline that has spoken to you, whatever it is, just let us know. Because it may not seem very important to you, but what people are experiencing and what you're experiencing may be not the problem, the real problem, but it may be a symptom of a much bigger problem. So please reach out to us. I know that I just wanted to say that because it's tough. It's tough in big groups like this. Yeah.
No, thank
That's
you,
why
Gonzalo.
that's why the next steps will be one-to-one, and I think this will be easier also. Yeah, and you're right, Gonzalo. We can have one-to-one conversation with any one of the community. We can make some time for you to listen to you. This is exactly the way to go.
Philippe, just in closing, we like to keep things on time because of your schedule as well. We have one person that's privately messaged me, Mark Afterbrow. I'm going to give him the floor and then we close the meeting. So if anybody, please make sure you put your name down. Mark, do you want to take the floor?
Thanks, Rory. Thanks, Philippe. Rory, just going back to the voucher. Maybe a possibility is to look at splitting, because obviously there's a limited number of vouchers. But maybe what we can do is split a voucher where the person who actually gets the voucher uses probably 10 of the vouchers for 10 people on the first line, and then he selects 4 people that are building, and he makes them responsible to issue 5 vouchers below them, and then on the third line select another 6 and make them responsible for 5 vouchers. So what you're doing is you're making the person that's building the team, you're making them responsible, because then they've got skin in it, because they effectively responsible to pay back that loan, and you're reducing the value of the loan, so the loan is paid back a lot quicker, and then they start earning money because the loan is paid back. So effectively, the person who gets a loan would have 10, because obviously the $5,000 is about 62 vouchers. So you'd have 10 vouchers on your first line, 20 on your second, and 30 on your third line. And that would build depth into the company, as well as reducing the responsibility and also making people more accountable.
I think that's a great suggestion, Mark. Just incidentally, Philippe, Mark is an engineer and sort of a mathematician thinker. So
I feel that.
He's analyzed this backwards.
It sounds like that. It sounded.
He's just joined, and he's already asking me It's a very good question. So, and I think that's exactly the feedback we need, Philippe. It's not just about building wide. How do you build a strong foundation to build off that? And if you've got Mark, let's say, for example, saying, "Look, I'm happy to be responsible for the loan, but I want to encourage and help my people." And I see Lorna put her thumbs up saying that was a great idea, and that was one of the
because
concerns.
that was my suggestion at the last meeting. There's something similar to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Lorna, this is why we're having these meetings and why we want the one-on-one. And it's not just about rushing into this. We want a strong foundation with good people, and we know that we got a winner here. It's just that we're building the foundation strong. And that is why Philippe said this is his baby. He knows what's going to happen. He's got enough business experience, he's got enough industry experience. It's just as you put all the puzzle pieces together, suddenly it clicks and then it goes. And that's what we're doing. We're trying this, we're trying that, we're working, but we want to now work with people that want to work, and it's not like how can I say, a half-hearted commitment. And that's what Gonzalo was saying. Gonzalo is saying, I think Gonzalo and I, we were chatting about stuff. What is stopping people giving away the free vouchers? Why do we not see 1,000 or 2,000 people registered on the free vouchers? We don't have the answer. I'm not asking for the answer. The question is, why don't we have a higher number? Like, for example, why has John not got 1,000 people registered as a free voucher? Now, that could be the marketing. It could be I don't have a giveaway. It could be I don't have a flyer. It could be I'd love a landing page. It could be I need an email address. It could be anything. And that's what we're trying to establish. What is it that we need, and how do we work closely together? So in all of that, I will going to conclude the meeting, Philippe, because I want to respect your meetings that you've got. Thank you, everybody. Everybody that did attend the meeting, Elena that's kept record everything. I think I'll speak to you, Philippe, whether we should post this meeting onto the group. Do you think I should just share the recording for those that missed the other meetings, and we put this for anybody that wants to watch it? Are you okay with that?
Absolutely.
Because
Sure,
there might have been
absolutely.
somebody, and I'm officially closing off the applications today, meaning we spoke about this. We're stopping it now with whoever's put their names in, and we're going to focus in with those teams. And that means if you are a leader or somebody and you've got somebody underneath you, Mark's suggestion is a very strong suggestion. So because you've locked in that value, maybe you've now locked in that value for your whole team. The other people that come late to the party, maybe they have to wait the next round, because we want to work with serious people. So thank you so much for your time. Have a super Friday. Enjoy Paris. Is it Paris? Did I pronounce it right? Or is it? I probably butchered that. Did I probably butchered that so badly? It's from an
You need to come over here to improve your accent.
Yeah.
So
you know what will help me, Philippe? If you've got, if I could have a girlfriend, a French girlfriend, I'm sure I'll learn the language very quickly.
I'm not in the dating business, but I can do something for you, maybe.
Maybe we should have a dating business.
Maybe.
Maybe there's something there. All right. Have a super Friday,
Bye.
guys.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye,
Thanks, everyone.
everybody. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Have a good
Bye,
weekend.
everybody.
Bye.
Thanks,
Thanks for the
everyone.
meeting.
I could easily do the 10K challenge.
You can do it. Oh man.
I mean, a 10K?
10K.
Yes, stupido. 10K.
Really? 10K?